Okay, diagnosing problems. Now this, there is some simple things that you can check when you're not getting any sound. And so I'll try to go through some of the basics. Sometimes there is just more technical issues going on, which take a long time to solve, so don't worry if you can't get it sorted out, but this should help. So we've got the stage side of things with the speakers and the amps and everything, and then we've got this side of things with the desk. So we'll have a look at this side first, and again we'll use the talkback microphone because we're actually just plugged directly into the desk, so it's quite easy just to understand how this works. So we're going to use an XLR cable, obviously, and if you don't know what this looks like, it looks like this. There, 3-pin, and that plugs into the microphone. And the other side of this lead goes around the back of the desk. So let's have a look. So talkback is on channel number 22. So remember that. We'll go around the back of the desk. You see all these wires. Channel number 22. Let's get some light. There we go. Okay, input 22. So the other end of the lead is this. And again, these just pull out. It's 3-pin, so this is male this time. 3-pin straight into there. Actually says mic in there. So that's anything like a microphone you'd plug into there, or anything coming from a DI box. And we'll have a look at a DI box when we go down to the stage. You've got another input here, look, that says line in. Balanced or unbalanced. This is for things like you can plug guitars in, you could plug keyboards in, you could plug microphones that have jack leads, you plug them into there. It's not the best way, but it does work. So that's the inputs. Down there at the bottom underneath, that's channel 22 direct out, so that's just another output, so you can send that microphone signal somewhere else. You could send it even to a recorder or something like that. Insert, you can't really see that. Insert, that's for things like effects and stuff like that, you don't need to worry. And input 46, this is a completely different channel, so don't worry about that, that's number 46. But we're dealing with 22. So there's 2 buttons at the top which are really important. If you're not getting any sound from the microphone, what you might want to check first is that this button here, it says mic or line, that basically switches between this input and this input. So at the moment it's up, and that means it's in the mic position. But if I press it down, so that's in, it operates the line. So if that's pressed in, operating the line, you're not going to hear the microphone. So we make sure that that's up. And this other one, 20 dB pad, you don't really need to worry about this so much for the microphones. Just keep it out for now. It's not a big deal. Yeah, I think that's it on the back side of things. So obviously, if all that's okay and you're still not getting any sound, you can make sure that the leads are plugged in properly. And if it's a microphone which is one of these, whether it's Derek or Maggie or anyone singing down at the stage, you can go down to the stage and just make sure all the mics are actually plugged in. Another thing is make sure the main faders are actually up, because if they're down you're not going to get anything through the main speakers. And the other thing is obviously check monitors. So with the talkback one, you go up and you check the monitor section. So we do have things being sent to the monitors, so we should get volume from the monitors there. But if these were off like this, then you'd know that you're not getting any volume to the monitors on stage. So just simple things like this to check. Sometimes equipment is damaged, so you might want to take the microphone out and try a different microphone. That's always a good test. Or you can change the lead. Sometimes leads are a little bit dodgy, sometimes they're crackling, sometimes they cut off completely if it's a bad lead or if it's been stood on or something like that. So check things like that. Down at this end, this is the talking mic, so the main one. Someone's going to speak from or preach. So if we follow this lead back all the way, it goes down to this box here. So basically what this box is it's an extension of the back of the desk. So it's as though we plugging the leads into the back of the desk, and then this box is plugged actually into the back of the desk. So it's just like an extension box really. It just means that you don't have to use one really long lead going from the microphone all the way back there, but you just plug it into this box, and then this box has a long lead like this going all the way back, and we're going down through the floor all the way back. So that's what that does. This is upside down. Let's turn that way. So channel number 1, speaking mic. So that's where the front speaking mic's plugged in. So obviously just make sure it's plugged in. You can unplug it. When you're unplugging leads, it's essential to make sure the channel is muted at the desk. So just do that before you start playing around and plugging in leads. So there, that's all plugged in. So the other thing you could try, if it's still not working, is you could go over to these monitor power amps. Just make sure these are turned on. This one lights up blue when it's on, and this one has a switch. It's actually red when it's on. If this was off, I think the light just goes off. So the light should be on, that means it's on. And these explain what they do. Aux 3, obviously it's a power amp for the monitors which are centre stage, them 2 monitors there. And this one is monitors 1 and 2. This is actually their compressor, and we've not done a video on this. Maybe we'll do one in the future, but it's not too essential to be knowing about that at this stage. So make sure them are on, and if we go around the back, just make sure that them 2 amps are on there and the feedback killer is on, and they're on 2 separate power supplies down there. The power supply on the right, you can see it's actually got a remote control that controls it, but for the feedback killer there is no remote control, so you just have to make sure it's switched on at the plug. Yes, there is another extension box here. So the desk that we've got is a 24 channel desk. Well, it's actually a 48 channel desk, but we just use 28 channels. It's got 28 faders. And so the box at the front down there we just looked at, the extension box, that's only got 8 inputs and 4 returns. So the inputs are for sending microphones and things like that to the desk. The returns are for giving the monitors signal. You don't need to know too much about that in this video. But this is another extension box basically. So channel 16 on the desk, channel 15 on the desk, 14, etc. So if I just take a microphone and I put it into channel 12, for example, it's not channel 4, these are wrong numbers. Don't pay attention to them, just pay attention to these stickers. If I plug a microphone into channel 12, what I'm then going to do is go back to the desk and I'm going to operate that microphone on channel 12, and it's that simple. The front box has got 8 channels sending to the desk, so whichever channel I use, they're all numbered, all the numbers correspond. So number 12 would be this, and I'd just start by unmuting it, but checking the PFL, setting the gain, making sure there's no other PFL buttons on, for example. So there we go, that should cover some of the basics. With the monitors, it might be worth saying that even if you've got monitors which are turned up here, this is on the TalkBack channel, if you don't have the masters turned up, let's say these were down like this, you're not going to get any volume from the monitors because these are the master sends, so these always have to be up. Again, you don't really need to be adjusting these because these are just set. So there you go, hope that helps.